All right, Shalom. It's your brother Kasha Kwala coming back at you another lesson, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. In today's lesson, I want to speak on Zechariah chapter 8, verse 23. So I'm just going to read it through. It says, Thus say, let's see if I can zoom in real quick. It says, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, and in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, We will go with you, for we have heard that the Most High is with you. Right? So there's going to be a select group of men who are ordained to be saviors on the earth, like it speaks of in the book of Obadiah. All right, and those select men are, of course, the 144. There's going to be people coming, and flocking to those men for a chance of salvation or a chance to get out of the predicament. Okay, I know in camp yesterday, the Lord allowed me to speak, and I went into the big "I told you so" is coming, which it is. All right, and this is a part you can incorporate Zechariah 8 and 23 as the part of the "I big told you so." All right, a lot of people will come flocking. As you see, there's men across the country and across the globe pushing the correct doctrine, and ain't nobody flocking. Ain't nobody coming. Yes, I will say the truth has, exponentially grown, and we see the prophecies happening, at an exponential rate as we preach, So it's not to say that, what we're doing is in vain, because it's working. It's definitely working. We see the plot being manifested by Esau via these false, flags, synagogue attacks, and things of that nature, which I maybe do a lesson on it later. But these words are coming to pass. But when you on the highways and byways, there may be one or two individuals on the other side who consistently come out listening. Everybody else just walk past and like their normal day, like ain't nothing about to happen. But when the thing does happen, that's when people are gonna come flocking to receive answers and wondering why it's happening. You notice one thing when there's a a global crisis going on, what's the number one selling book? The Bible. Whenever there's a war about to happen, global crisis, Bible sales skyrocket because people want answers on why these things are happening. And the only thing they can think about, not going to Google, not going to Yahoo or Bing, but going to the Bible. All right? But you need someone to interpret and make the understanding clear to you. And that's the prophets that are on the highways and byways that are telling you to get your ass right, but you don't want to listen. We're telling you these things are about to come, but you don't want to listen. All right, so that's why I say this Zechariah 8:23 is a big part of the "I big told you so." All right, so again it says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass." Exactly. In those days it shall come to pass, meaning it's going to happen. Whenever you see the scripture say that, it means it's going to happen. And no and ifs or buts about it. And we understand the word "but." Nothing positive comes after the word "but." All right. Shit, nothing positive comes out of the butt. All right. Anyway, so it says that 10 men shall take hold hold out of all languages of the nations. And now I noticed it said the word 10. So I pulled up a website that got the significance of the meaning of the word 10. It says the meaning of the angel number 10. All right, it says the number 10 is actually the rebirth of number 1. And every time we think about number 1, it's like the top spot. All right. It says, however, in this life, 1 is no longer standing alone. It says, having gone through the entire series of single-digit numbers, all the way to the highly spiritual vibration of 9, the one has now gained the spiritual power that, see, the one has now gained the spiritual power that is represented in the mystical number 0 that now stands with it. Okay, so the number 10 is a combination, of course. Even when you go into the Hebrew, after you get through the first 9 numbers and how you say them, you get to 10, which I think is Shanya, if I'm not mistaken. Then you start adding all the other words to Shanya. So I think it's, or Shanya at the end. If I'm not mistaken, you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But it's like Achad Shanya or Shanya Achad, something like that, which is 11, you know. So it's the same thing in this case. You're adding a 0 to that 1. So it says angel number 10 is a compound number, all right? Carries the vibrational essence of both 0 and 1. So that means what? It's twofold, all right? The number 10 is twofold. So when you're reading here, it says that 10 men shall take hold out of all the languages of the nations. It's twofold when it's speaking the number 10. Yes, literally in that day, there could actually be 10 men coming to, like it says, I'm going to finish it, to grab the skirt of one individual who the Lord is dealing with. It says here, the number 1 is the number of leadership. That's correct. And we know Yahweh Shai is number 1, and he's our leader. He's our captain, all right? He's our captain. It says in assertiveness and professional achievement, okay? And that's what the Elect 144 are trying to get to, the number 1 position, which is going to be given ultimately. And it says the number 0 is a mystical number associated with the mysteries of the Most High in the universe. You see that? So the number 0 is associated with the mysteries of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Number 1 is the leadership, okay? You put those together, what? You have people flocking to you because you understand the mysteries of the Most High, all right? And you will get put in a position to lead people when this day comes. Yes, these men that you see on the highways and byways who people scoff and say wearing dresses on the corners are the men who are, number 1, going to lead, and number 0, understand the mysteries of the living power, because they are given to us, like the scriptures say. All right, so let's go back. It says the number 10 is also the number of new beginnings. See, that's heavy right there. The number 10 is a rebirth type number. Okay? It says, in this sense, angel number 10 could be a sign that something will soon be coming into your experience that will bring order and solutions to your problems. That's heavy, man. That is heavy. So it says again, the 10 men shall take hold out of every language of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew. Exactly. And I keep lifting this up because this is an example of that skirt. It's the garment that we wear. All right? It's saying we will go with you, for we have heard that the Most High is with you. Yes, that's that 0 that is being expressed, you could say, because they see that we comprehend the mysteries of the living power. And I'll tell you one thing, this book right here contains the mysteries of the living power. Okay? Right here. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, he set up men to give the understanding. And that comes from the apostles and elders, from the great millstone, from Apostle to Horn, Apostle Gabar on down to measly old little me. Okay? So I'm going to get 1 Corinthians 4:16, because I want to link this with this end part. It says, for we have heard that the Most High is with you. Correct. This is 2 Corinthians 4:16. It says, for which cause we faint not, but through our though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. Exactly. And the way people could recognize that the Lord is with us during this grace period that was only meant for the elect to get their act together and get their things straight, and meant for the prophets of the Lord to awaken the elect. All right, we use this grace period day by day to renew ourselves and kill that old individual who we used to be and leave him in the past, because we cannot drag that baggage on with us. That you drag that old man with you, you're gonna perish. Okay. All right. So it says, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. So that's an indication when you see someone change in their life, eating correctly, doing the things that they're supposed to do, they've changed, and it's clearly and evident to see that, and people will see. It may be too late, but some at the nick of time, they will see that the Lord is working with us because we use our grace period in a sufficient manner, not to just screw off and do whatever we wanted to. All right. So one more time, Zechariah 8:23. I didn't want to make this lesson too long. It says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nation, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, We will go with you, for we have heard that the Most High is with you." And guess what? I told you so. Okay? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the prophet's going to be like, I told you so. But according to 2 Chronicles, the 36th chapter, a lot of people misuse the prophets. All right? They misuse the prophets. You have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, standing on the highways and byways and doing videos such as this daily, and you wave the hand and say, nah, we're telling you to get right. All right? We're telling you this is where salvation is, but you want to leave it, kick it out, walk by it, wave your hand at it, scoff at it, and then when everything that the prophets say comes to pass, because it ain't of us, we're just saying what the scriptures say is going to happen. Once it happens, you're going to come running back. We're going to be like, I told you so. And it'll be up to the Lord if we have mercy, or, if those men have mercy, because I dare not count myself in that number. If those men have mercy on you to actually accept you and you repent and whatnot, and just keep it moving. All right? So with that, Lord willing, it was edifying, and we give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Chakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect and for first fruit. Again, this is the brother Kasha Kwala from the GMS Atlanta Church. Until next time, we'll say Shalom. Oh, and I will put this, Lord willing, I'll put this link in the description below so you can actually read through this article. The number 10 is I have the number. Shalom.